Hey there guys, we're going to be going back to the Lingering Dissident for another clear, and this clear is going to explain the fight a little bit more, which should also give you some ideas that you can rotate some stuff around to use the same basic concept I'm going to use to get yourself a 4-turn or less clear using party of 4 or less, no KOs, no continues. So this is the party we're going to use. The boss is a machine that is weak to lightning, water, or darkness. Now if you've got powerful units like Sylvie, you should definitely go for a Thunder Team and use her Amplify. That'll give you a very easy clear. But for those of you that don't have things like Sylvie, don't have, Olive or Chizuru, etc., we're going to use Olivera and Darkga for a Dark Team to get a 4-turn clear in, no KOs. We're going to use Yoshi for passive provoking with evasion. He's also going to be doing some machine killers for the party. And then Tidus. Now this is the 5-star original Tidus. He got some upgrades during the patch that was unannounced apparently. They have given him some of, not his entire kit, but they've given him some of his JP upgrades. For example, he now has a 50% accuracy down skill. He's also got things like AoE Water Imbue, AoE Water Amplify for the party, all that. These are all some like JP upgrades that he currently has on Global. So we're going to be using him to do accuracy down as well as entrusting. And entrusting is going to allow us to spam LBs on Olivera. So this is the party. Let's go ahead here and get a clear in, and I'll explain turn by turn what the boss is going to be doing. And we'll go over the gear in detail in a moment. Okay, so turn 1 is just a bunch of physical attacks. There's actually 12 of them. It's 3 attacks that are 4 parts each. So it's 12 physical attacks, and all of them are plus 50% accuracy. But if you do something like negative 50% accuracy, like our upgraded old Tidus, that is going to make the boss always miss with with accuracy down on evasion. I can't talk. So our Yoshi is going to take 0 damage on turn 1. Don't need Mirage. It'll be all evaded. Now what Yoshi is going to do is he's going to reflect himself. This is from the Carbuncle Esper. You need to either summon Carbuncle, use the reflect spell from the Esper, or, for example, use the Reflect Ring. But just casting the Reflect spell is totally fine on Yoshi. That's not going to be for this turn. That's going to be for later, but it'll still be there when we need it. Darkga is going to use her LB for a Dark Amplify, a stat buff, and an LB damage buff. And Olivera is going to Dark Imperil the boss, Instrument Imperil, and then just do some tag chaining. Okay. So turn 1 is just going to be a bunch of physicals with accuracy, but we're going to evade all of them with Yoshi. Don't even need Mirage or anything. Okay, now this turn Yoshi is going to triple cast in the shift form. We're going to do the BA start intrinsic on Olivera for the big LB buff and the big machine killer. Now, if your Yoshi is EX3, you can use Frozen LCD. This is a bigger machine killer for our Darkga. I'm not going to use that because I don't want this clear to seem like it requires EX3 Yoshi. It does not. A EX1 Yoshi is all you need. But we are going to use the Ninjutsu Jakuten for the 110 machine killer for our Darkga. Okay, now we're going to wait on Tidus for the moment. Now we're going to use the LB of Olivera, and we're going to quad Darkga, which is the upgraded Chaos Wave Awakened skill. Now make sure Darkga is lower in the party order than Olivera, or this will break. It's because of the way the multi-part skills work. So Olivera's got to be higher in the party than Darkga. So let's go ahead and do our damage real quick. Wait for this to finish. So we're chaining Olivera as well as Darkga. A decent chunk of damage, as you can see. Now Tidus is going to entrust Olivera, so we can do it again next turn. Now turn 2. Turn 2 is going to be more single target physical attacks that we're going to, again, just dodge all of them. There's also going to be a single target magic attack. That's going to hit Yoshi and guts him. He's going to guts. Then there's going to be an AoE gravity attack. The gravity attack will kill a unit at 1 HP, which would be Yoshi, but it can be reflected or Nethicited. We're going to reflect it. That way Yoshikiri doesn't die from being gravitied at 1 HP. Okay, let's go ahead and trust, and here comes the boss's turn. Okay, so there's the back, there's that attack, and then here's the gravity. The gravity got bounced back, and Yoshikiri didn't die. There we go. Okay, so now Tidus's accuracy buff is going to be fading on this turn. Tidus's accuracy is only a 2-turn accuracy. Now you could use a longer duration accuracy down. For example, Sky's Shifted LB, Louise's Magnus ability, stuff like that. You know, Wilk's LB. All of these work. Frostblade Freyavia's LB. But they can't Entrust, and Entrust is really helpful for this fight. So what we're going to do, Yoshikiri is going to, this turn is only going to be a single 3-fold stomp, which is that quadruple physical attack. We're going to use Ninpu Bunshin, which is a personal 5-stack Mirage on Yoshikiri. That way he won't get hit by these attacks. Now we're going to go ahead and just reload these guys. We're going to use Olivera's LB and Fina to support chain again. We're going to do Tidus last though. Go ahead and chain these up. Decent chunk of damage. Okay, now turn 3 is going to be a very dangerous turn. Turn 3 is going to, once again, another multi-physical attack. That's going to be miraged by Yoshikiri. It's going to be another gravity attack, which we're going to now Nethicite from Tidus. You can also do something like summon Carbuncle, but the whole party does not want to be hit by this. So you need to either AoE reflect or seal the skill. We're going to be using Ash's STMR to seal. You can also use things like the actual Nethicite materia, but that's limited. I don't want to rely on that. So we're going to use a permanent source of Nethicite. There's also going to be an AoE Shimmering Rain. That's an AoE magic attack. That's going to kill everyone. So everyone in the party needs guts, either natural guts or an item source. Yoshikiri needs a second source of guts because remember, he already gutsed the first attack earlier. He needs to have a second source from gear, but he does. So we're going to go ahead and Nethicite away that gravity so it doesn't kill anyone in the party. So here comes single target physical stuff. Mirage. Here comes Shimmering Rain to guts the party, and there's the gravity that we sealed with Nethicite. There we go. No one's dead. We're good. We have not failed any missions. Now on turn 4, the boss is going to use Nova. Nova does even more damage AoE. That would basically kill the party. We're not set up for any more than this, but now we're going to kill the boss. So Tidus will go ahead and entrust over to Olivera yet again, so we can, that's it, and Yoshi doesn't need to do anything. So we just chain this up, and that should be the end of Omega over the course of, what's it called? 4 turns. There it is. All missions with Olivera and DarkFina and the upgraded Tidus. Now, hopefully Gumi doesn't remove Tidus's upgrades because, you know, we had Zidane, Riku, and Milo all got their JP upgrades yesterday in the patch, and then this morning they took them all away, and that is really unfortunate. They kind of overlooked Tidus, I guess, and he still has his upgrades, so hopefully they don't take them away and he can still use accuracy down after you guys watch this video. So here is the party. Olivera obviously is the big boy carry here. He does the most of the damage. DarkFina is kind of important because she does do a bigger amplify for Olivera, but honestly DarkFina is probably replaceable with someone else. You could probably replace her with, I'm not entirely sure who, someone. Because Olivera does do his own 30% Dark Amplify, which is probably enough, especially if you replace DarkFina with another, like, finisher. Like, remember, Olivera is a tag chainer. You don't need a partner for Olivera, so you could bring, like, a finisher or another tag, I don't know, whatever you want, really. You could bring, you know, Olive to use her capping skill to cap Olivera's chains every turn. But whatever. There it is. There's an all mission clear. So let me go ahead and show you the gear we used. Also, I will put in the comments. I'll instead of a screenshot, I'll just pin like a text version of the turn chart, so you guys can follow along with the comment stuff. So here is our party. So we've got Yoshikiri on Carbuncle with the Reflect spell learned. That way we can reflect on turn 1. We're only geared in the shift form. So full evasion, passive provoke. I'm trying to use cheaper stuff. So obviously, if you have something like the Dancer's Diadem, That's all the provoke you need. But I'm going for cheaper options, so we're using Moogle Charm and Tullian's cards for passive provoke. Full evasion, his intrinsic ability, a source of healing, because we need him to heal back up from the first time he guts. So Phoenix Synergy or regeneration. Arden's Hat will work as well. I use both just because, but that gives you, about 2,000 healing a turn, which is all you really need. And just a source of healing so he doesn't die after guts. Passive provoke evasion, and the BA starts go. And 2 sources of guts. So 1 source of guts is Chocobo Feather. 2nd source is Awerba's Boon. That way he can guts both times and not fail any missions. The 5-star Tidus is using Sword of Kings. This is the Nethicite ability that I was talking about. It nullifies a spell. If you don't have this, or you don't want to STMR Moogle it, you can actually use the original Nethicite, Manufactured Nethicite. That'll do the same thing, but we got to stop that spell from going off. Yeah, we got to stop that. Other than that, he's just got some LB fill so he can entrust. So give him max LB a turn, Call of the Wild, 12 LB a turn, and he can entrust on turns 2 and 4. Olivera is only using the shift form. So again, this is probably going to be the hardest part to build, is you kind of really sort of need the Dazzle card to make Olivera work. Other than that, he's just LB damage versus machines, high MP pool, so 15,000 MP. The mine is EX3. I'm sure this works totally fine at EX2, but obviously I can't test that. Anyway, his intrinsic ability and max machine killer, max LB damage. So we've got maxed LB damage, magical machine killer maxed out, and don't forget this does give him the chain cap up. If you don't have the Dazzle card, he does need a source of chain cap increase. And then premium Darkfina. Again, this one is probably very replaceable. You can swap her out with anyone to like cap on Olivera's chain, because Olivera is a tag chainer. He does not technically need a partner. But anyway, we did chain Chaos Wave Awakened every ×4 with Olivera. So here's the build we're using. Her own whip, a source of guts. By the way, Olivera has guts naturally in his kit, so he didn't need guts. And then Tidus got guts from Chocobo Feather. Everyone in the party needs 1 source of guts. Yoshikiri needs 2 sources. Anyway, back to Darkfina. Just magic chaining damage versus machines. There's the build. We're max machine killer. We're using, I'm not even sure whose card that is, but it's not a premium card. And then she's got 300 machine killer and chain cap up from the Magisters. Okay, there was the Dissident fight, and again, you can use this general concept to mix and match stuff. If you want to get rid of Olivera and Darkfina, totally fine. The Yoshikiri and Tidus combo will get you all the way to turn 4 with no deaths, but it's not set up to go beyond turn 4. So beyond turn 4, you would need something else. Anyway, see you in a bit.